Hello children, but let's start now the lessons which are left. Lesson number 4 and 5 because 3 we have already done. Of the novel Around the World in 80 Days. So let's start. And we are having a very beautiful picture before lesson number 4. The rescue plan, this side. And if you remember, the three, Phileas Fogg, then Passepartout was there. And who was there? Cromarty, I think so. 3 of them, they were planning, especially Mr. Fogg. He was planning to save that girl which was about to, they all were planning to make her Sati. And this is the picture. You got it? I hope you got that idea where we left in this chapter in lesson number 3. Lesson number 3 is also there in your first term. In your first term, you are having 3 lessons, 3, 4 and 5 from novel. So Dangerous Forest we have already read. See, just go through the picture so that you get the idea. And this side, better in the end it was written, see, the guide over there, the boy, he told that it would be really dangerous to take any step that time, because see the line over there, gentlemen, we have 12 hours to spare. Do you agree that we must help the poor woman? This is Mr. Fogg. Mr. Fogg was telling this, that we are having 12 hours to spare, the free time. All 3 men shouted yes, but the guide looked worried. It will be dangerous. We should better wait till nightfall. In the morning only we should think. We are in no hurry, replied Fogg calmly. So let's see better what is going to happen now. That is why I see in this, these are the pictures given over there. Because of the reflection of the light, I hope now you're able to see and you can understand. Okay, let's find out better the rescue plans. Write down lesson number 4 is there in your first term. Right here, first term. Okay, the rescue plan. My God, shining makes little difficult to even read though. One minute. The 4 men hid in some bushes in the forest, watching the now it's correct. The 4 men hid in some bushes in the forest, watching the line of men take order. You remember the name of that girl, Order. Inside an old temple, the 3 of them, they were watching. And they were hiding behind some bushes over there, and they were watching the other line of men. They were taking order inside the old temple. Several guards stayed outside the entrance door. So several guards were standing outside. Well, we can't get in that way, said Cromarty with a sigh. This way we can't get, there are so many guards. Fogg and his friends carefully made their way round to the back, where there were no guards. At the back there were no guards. The young guide had an idea. We can make a hole in the temple wall and get in that way. So he told, this way we can enter. We can get a hole, the temple wall, and get in that way. The walls are made of brick and wood. If we take out one brick, the rest will come out easily. So this was the idea given by the guide. They were making good progress when they heard someone shouting from inside the temple. Soon there were more voices and then footsteps of men rushing out and approaching them. Okay, they were making good progress, but by that meantime, they started hearing the voice from inside the temple, and soon more voices and footsteps, those who were coming near them. Quick, we must get out of here, whispered Fogg. And they ran like wind into the forest, and they get in the forest. As he ran, Passepartout looked back for a moment. He saw the temple guards looking at the hole in the wall, so he saw that. Later that night, the men sat in the forest, unhappy because Order was still prisoner. All the 3, Cromarty, Mr. Fogg and Passepartout, they all 3 were unhappy. It's hopeless, said Cromarty. We can't save her now. Now this is hopeless, because they will now take more care of that girl. Stop, we don't have to be in Allahabad until noon tomorrow. Fogg is a very, very positive person, of positive nature. So he replied, we don't have to be there in Allahabad until noon tomorrow. Like, we still have time. But what can you hope to do? Another chance may appear even at the last moment. He told, keep, be positive. Even anytime we can get a chance. Let's rest for now. And he told, now at least we will rest because it's night. Passepartout could not sleep. He lay awake all night thinking of a plan to rescue Oda. He was not able to sleep. He couldn't sleep. He lay awake. Full night he was awake thinking of the plan. So let's see if he is going to get that plan. Yes. At dawn, better it means in the morning. At dawn, I put so many books over there so that I can lift this. I hope now it's clear. I'll hold it like this otherwise better. At dawn the next day, the men heard the sound of drums and guards shouting. They saw the priest carrying Oda and the body of her husband towards a huge fire in a distance. And from, they can hear the voice. And when they heard the voice, they saw that the people over there, the priest carrying Oda and the body of her husband towards a huge fire in a distance. The men were so alarmed they did not notice that Passepartout was not with them. The men over there, the guide, Mr. Fogg and Cromarty, they were so stunned that they even didn't notice that Passepartout was not with them. Fogg grabbed a knife and was about to run to save poor woman when suddenly everything changed. Fogg was all firm that somehow I am going to, save this girl. As the guards placed the platform on the fire, the body of Oda's husband stood up. And began to moan. Crying loudly. Moan means loudly crying. See what happened. The moment Fogg was planning, to run to save the poor woman, and he grabbed a knife in his hand. By that time, as the guards, they were about to put that dead body on the platform there on the fire, the body of Oda's husband stood up and began to moan, started loudly crying. You can see in the picture. See how fearful sight. Oh my God, for the people over there. They thought how a dead body could, do like this. See the picture so clear. All are so stunned and so frightened, almost running from that place. Even Oda is getting frightened that what is going on. Then see what happened. He raised his arms, but the red cloth still covered him. He howled and waved his arms like an angry ghost, and the dead body was pretending, I don't know, dead body or whom, let's see, loudly crying, howling like anything, waving his arms and showing, as if the angry ghost. All the priests and guards turned round and ran into the temple in terror, in fear, and they all were running inside the temple in fear. Cromarty was confused. What on earth is happening? What is going on? See, very beautiful line. Just then the red cloth fell and others stood. Passepartout! And there stood Passepartout. He quickly untied the shocked Oda. He, untied Oda, and he quickly did that. It's all right, my friends. It's all right. My friends and I are here to help you. He said to Oda, everything is okay. Come with me, Passepartout is telling to Oda. They ran to the bushes where Fogg and others waited. There was no time for introductions because all the guards were now alert. Let's go, they will come after us soon. The five of them now became Cromarty, Mr. Fogg, Passepartout, Guide, and now Oda also quickly climbed onto the elephant and rushed off. As they moved away from the cries of the guards, Fogg introduced the party to Oda. Then he turned to his faithful servant. Well done, Passepartout. Yes, good job, Passepartout, added Cromarty. Let's go out of here, said the young guide, because Guide was, very well aware of all those villagers, the superstitions they believe in, and, how cruel they could be if anyone is not going to follow those rules. This picture, just imagine, see the faces, the picture is so very meaningful. Yes, when they were far enough away to feel safe, the group stopped to rest. Oda smiled at Passepartout. Thanks you for saving me. Thank you for saving me. Passepartout, you are a hero, said Fogg. And everyone agreed with him. Seriously, this is very, very interesting. So, but this is really a very, very interesting, very interesting. What to say you? So let's start even reading of lesson 5 so that a continuity will be there. The trial. Lesson number 5, the name of the chapter is the trial. Trial is there in the court. So let's see. Trial means case. The group traveled on the elephant through the forest to Allahabad. Everyone cheered when they at last saw Allahabad train station. On the wooden platform next to the railway line, Fogg thanked their young Indian guide. Let me make it clear so that we can read properly. Sometimes we have to settle the camera somewhere. Yes, I know children are more aware of all these things. Even nowadays I'm learning the things from my daughter. Okay, beta, this one. Fogg thanked their young Indian guide. Goodbye, my friend. You were kind and brave. Here's your money, and please keep the elephant. Even he gave the elephant back, and the guide was very, very happy. The young guide waved goodbye as he rode away. Fogg then spoke to Oda. Now that you are free, what do you want to do? He wanted to ask that what she wants to do, where she wants to go. Yes, then. Well, I have an uncle in Hong Kong. Then she told, I have an uncle in Hong Kong. I could stay with him. Wonderful. We are going on to Hong Kong after Calcutta. So you are welcome to join us. He told, this way we can help you. We are also going on to Hong Kong after Calcutta. So earlier Calcutta, now Kolkata. You are welcome to join us, but we must get you some new clothes. The guards will be looking for you. So he told, we will first of all, we have to make we are supposed to get you some new clothes. We can't let them recognize you. By 10 a.m. Oda was dressed in European style and they got on the train to Calcutta. A couple of hours later, the train arrived at Benares and it was time to say goodbye to Sir Francis. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for a great adventure, said Cromarty as the train left the station. Next day, they arrived in Calcutta in the early morning light. Passepartout was excited as Fogg was instructing him to buy the tickets to Hong Kong and some fresh clothes. Two policemen stopped them. He was very, very excited. Until then, the policemen stopped them. Are you Phileas Fogg? Yes, you are under arrest. Oh, let's see what happened now. Oh, might be the priest or what is there? Let's find out better. The police took Fogg, Passepartout and Oda to a small police station. They thought that the guards are after them. The guards were after them and that is the only thing now. Police is there to find out Oda. Police station with a little courtroom next to it. A policeman pushed Fogg and Passepartout into the small prisoner cell. And that was as black as night. Oh my god, that prison cell was as black as night. You will appear in front of Judge Obeda at 8:30, said the policeman as he locked the cell door. Oda sat upstairs in the police office waiting. She was so scared, but as she thought because of her they are going to put them in jail. Scared that she was shaking like a leaf. The room was silent apart from ticking of the nearby clock. Everything was silent. Only she can hear the ticking of the clock. She felt that it was her fault that the two men were in jail. She started thinking. She started blaming to herself. Passepartout was nervously pacing in the cell. Pacing means moving from one side to the other side. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? The ship leaves at noon. We will be on it. For now, we must keep calm, Fogg said. But what's going on? Why are we here? Probably because we rescued Oda. So better even Fogg was thinking might be because we rescued Oda. So this way might be. So let's see, when they were taken into the courtroom, Fogg realized he was wrong. So what happened over? The three priests were sitting over there from Bombay. You remember those three priests? Those who were after Passepartout with the shoes? Yeah, three priests from Bombay temple were standing in front of the court, telling the judge their story. That man came into our temple wearing shoes, said the first priest. The second priest held up Passepartout shoes for the judge to see. Just imagine, see this way, bete. And one priest is holding even the shoes and telling, this is that man, that man Passepartout. Okay, let's see. Those are my shoes, cried Passepartout stupidly. Silence, shouted the judge. Detective Fix sat at the back of the courtroom in a place where Fogg and Passepartout could not see him. As the case went on, an evil smile appeared on his face, because everything, I think, Fix wanted to delay everything. So this way, he started feeling now they are going to be caught and they are going to be put in the jail. He knew Fogg and Passepartout were in trouble, so he was very, very happy with that. See, bete, the courtroom, the priest holding, it's really funny picture. The priest is holding the shoes in front of the judge and showing, see that man. Okay, what's going to happen to us? Will the judge put us in the prison? Whispered Passepartout. Yeah, Passepartout starting asking the questions from Fogg. What is going on now? We will be there in the jail, in the prison? Certainly not. The courtroom was quiet as the judge looked at the two prisoners and told Passepartout to stand up. Okay, then he's going to ask now Passepartout few things. You have broken the law. You will go to the prison for 1 month. Oh. Passepartout was so shocked that his face turned as white as a sheet. But these all are similes to tell you to create interest, to tell you to put stress. He was so shocked, as white as sheet, and Fogg had to hold him to stop him from falling over, and he was about to fall. Fogg really picked him up and gave some space to him. The judge then ordered Fogg to stand up as well. Now Fogg also stood up. This man is your servant and you are responsible for him. Because you let him break a law, you will also go to prison for 1 month. Even he told that you will also go, because this person is your servant, so full responsibility is yours. The courtroom became very noisy. The judge banged his hammer on the bench, the way you must have seen in the pictures, banging like this to stop the hammer on the bench, and shouted, silence in the court. Take this villains away. Next case, please. Oda's tears fell like rain. She felt completely helpless. Fix, however, sat smiling. Good, Fogg trip is over. I have got a whole month to arrange his arrest for the bank robbery too, he thought to himself. So beta, here this stops. These two lessons are there in your these three lessons are there in your first term, 3, 4 and 5. So go through the reading once again. I hope this is clear, because very simple English is there. Very easily you can understand the story, and really the story is going to be more thrilling and interesting now. So please read properly, because anything they can ask from inside. They can ask you the name of the novel, they can ask you the name of the chapter, the character's name, the place name. So please read thoroughly the lessons. So take care, bete. God bless you.